What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36. This is Big Games B.S, part of Den Media Group, presented by MFTKFoundation.com. MFTK Foundation is going to again put on its second year being in 7-on-7 officially. November 9th, 2025, we'll be doing our youth showcase, Win Your Reps, sponsored by Battle. And then December 20th, we'll be having our MFTK High School Showcase, which will be covered by Overtime, 247 on three rivals, fifth quarter, all kind of other different media outlets will be there. If your kid is any good, have them come to the showcase. Even on the youth one, what we will have is coverage. There'll be clips, there'll be highlights, there'll be all kind of different things. So if your JIT is nice, not only will he be able to make the team, they will also be able to let the world see, because trust me, everybody's going to be watching our 7-on-7 team this year as we work on getting some other things and other announcements made. But if you're under the sound of my voice and you have a kid that you believe wants to be able to play football at the next level, make sure they check those things out as we continue to move forward, continue to press forward, and try to, mentor these young men on the new landscape of what it's like to be an athlete in the NIL transfer portal era. It is raining like crazy this week. Hopefully our game still gets played. It will be streamed on Den Media Group. We play Fletcher High School's homecoming. Already one of those bizarro days. Next week's gonna be crazy. Oh yeah, just so you, Miles, I'll be on the road most of next week. So we'll do Monday show here. Wednesday show, I'll be on the road. I'll be in New Jersey. Friday show, I'll be in Miami, unless this game gets canceled today and they move it to next Friday, which would be stupid. But you never know how things work. As people as I always say, they're doing what's best for the kids, but it never seems to work out to be actually what's best for the kids. I got a little motivated. I got hooked up. So if you are an FSU fan and you are in need of some tickets to the game on Saturday, we have two pairs of tickets that we're going to be giving away today's show. We also have a pair of Jaguar tickets that we will be giving away. Now, I can't say the Jaguar tickets are the greatest tickets in the world, but they are tickets nonetheless, and the Jaguars are going about doing things to kind of make the tickets more affordable. So as a de facto, well, not de facto, I actually am Jags beat, technically. I'm not FSU beat. So this is not an FSU podcast, but we will be giving away a pair of tickets to that game as well. And hopefully soon we'll be doing that for every Jags home game, so that we can get more people, more butts in the seat, give people more experiences. This first game, you will experience the game much like the people I pick on. The Honor Roll Club that's up there with Jesus. That's where you'll be watching that game. FSU, you watching from the ground level. Jags, you watching it up there. It's Sunday, so you want to be a little closer anyway. So you'll be up there watching that with Jesus. A couple funny notes as we're talking about the show. The comments section is always hilarious, man. Nobody is more thin-skinned and claims everybody else is thin-skinned than fucking University of Miami fans. Like, it's like I was telling Cam, I'm like, guys, you won. Like, and you're a good team. People are trying to give you compliments, but you're saying shit like, oh, be humble. Like, how much more humble you want us to be? We're like, oh, well, you can't. It's like, I know you probably would have never gone to that school because of the way you respond to things. And I hate that. It doesn't mean you can't be a fan. Be a fan, but like I know you. That's about as close as you could get because a lot of y'all are stupid. Even the one Miami fan whose brother is Jay Bird. Jaden, you know who Jay Bird is?
Nah.
I saw the Tallahassee legend. Jay Bird is specially abled, if I'll say. That's the best way to say about it. And I would play the guy's videos, but he came to the tailgate. I don't have you seen the video of the guy with come to the tailgate with the University of Miami belt? Yeah, I don't want to play it because this is what he's seeking. Like he actually like he's not like my guy who wears the full uniform for his brother. Like that's admirable. Can I say the R? Can we say the hard R on the show, or is that something that'll get you banned? I know Jay Bird. Jay Bird is going to risen with the tism. Like Jay Bird, my age, and he be everywhere. Like it just like randomly just comes in, and people just like, but like he's over there talking about people with, oh man, you know that's broke FSU fans, and I'm like, but you taking the video in apartments, and not just the regular apartments, like you know what a project? Anybody grow up in the projects? You know what a project stove look like? I seen all kinds of stuff get cooked up on stoves like that. And like, but I'm just saying like but the crazy part is he embodies what a lot of those guys are like. And it's like, all right, y'all won good. You won convincingly. Like, ain't nobody, all right, cool, bet. We on to the next one. We got to try to figure out, like, they're on track to have one of the best teams that they've had in a lifetime. Like, Miami has, for those who don't know, Miami has not won a national championship since 2021, have never won the ACC in over 21 years of being in the ACC. You are having an opportunity to do something, and this is what you're trying to, like, anybody who gets their teeth done at a university, like by university dental, I didn't even know we had a dental school at Florida State. But that's a terrifying person. You don't know what their mindset is. Just leave them be. But the comments are hilarious. If you're going and checking out different things, love it. At the end of the day, none of this matters to me because what people don't realize is if you're talking, that's helping the algorithm. That's pushing it in front of more people. So a lot of people did not get, because especially when they're new and they don't understand the concept. The show, I don't, my hairline's fine. I have a big ass forehead, so I'm cool with that. Matter of fact, one dude I wanted to get, I don't know if it was on the sports, it did Facebook or where it was, but like I have the office, like the Facebook office, so Meta office, so it shows you all the things you're attached to on top of the app actually showing you. But like the dude told me, he said my dreads started at my ears. I was offended. I was like, hey man, hold up, dog. Don't jump in the joke that me and my boy Dibby got going, because unless your hairline is immaculate, and then I looked at it and said, he got a big ass forehead like me. He got that Travis Rudolph. I saw a picture of Travis Rudolph. The Travis Rudolph pick, dog, because like, but Travis Rudolph deserves it. Like that man had some things going. I went up and told him, man, I apologize about being wrong too. I wasn't really wrong. I was just saying, like, I get where he was coming from. Until I heard more, I didn't think he was gonna get off. Travis Rudolph's the one who came. All right. So Travis Rudolph's the one who had the K, who let out the chopper, let the chopper say on the girl who tried to get him hemmed up. Like they got the real out of context, because reading comprehension is bad. So comprehension in general got to be worse than reading comprehension. But like he went to Travis Rudolph, dog. Like this man got, like, everybody could talk about having bodies. He got bodies. Like his thought process was, I'm going to go. I can't afford tickets to get in the game. I know he didn't get in the game. So I'm going to walk around FSU's campus because the Miami Hurricanes are there. And every FSU person I see, I'm going to go try to go and see and like let them know I'm here.
Oh, wow.
And to be honest with you, nobody was like P-Dub looked at him like, who's retarded? Excuse me, damn it, I already said it. Who's retarded uncle is this? Like who let the uncle come out of the room? Because y'all might not have had this, but like they're talking about autism rates are going up, right? I don't know how white people did. So my whites, it's my whites that are coloreds. If y'all can explain to me what y'all do, I'll tell you what we do. And this is what I love about the interaction with the show and the community. What we all end up finding out is we all grew up the same way. It was just some laws that looked like they coming back that separated us. But we all had that big ass, strong ass cousin that we never let come out, right? Because he always acted weird, but he was always with the kids because his mind was a kid mindset. But he was the like we all had that, and then your parent be like, "Hey man, don't go around like that." No, nah, we don't know. They wouldn't let you be in the same room with him, but they was also always superiorly strong. Now he's not big, but I know he's probably strong because most, they don't have restraint, like so like, but everybody was looking at him like, man, who let that little Riri ass cousin come over here to the tailgate? Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Now, Jaden's a young, spry young man. Jaden probably runs up them steps to get to that. But all my old ass teammates, everybody, now that we know there's an elevator in the back of the parking garage, like I ain't walking up, I walk down, I let gravity do his work. But like, man, we are all the way at the top of a parking garage. From the parking garage, you can see almost the same height as the football only facility. You can see Doak. That's a long way to go to just get in front of people. Like, you needed to be seen. And that's scary in today's society. Like, people, you don't know what people are going through. They got project stoves, but they don't cook no coke. And they got the it's just a lot of things a little make me a little nervous sometimes when you see these guys. But yeah, Adrian, there's an elevator. I found out that the Alabama game, I've been doing the tailgate there since 2018 and never knew that there was an elevator. But like now, like that's why when I go down, like to go to the game, I'm not coming back up till after the game. Because when I come up, I'm going to my car. I'm tired. It's a lot of steps, a lot of walking. But man, we out here working out. But anyways, tickets to the Pitt game. If you want them and you didn't win them on Wednesday, MFTK in the chat. If you are interested in the Jags game on Sunday, let's get a little Duval in the chat. You have to put both separate. Yes, each and every time. It's like a pimp named Slickback. You say the whole thing. Shout out to my dog Londa. Right now, I'm whooping Londa's ass. I don't know if she had anybody. She ain't had nobody jump off the porch yet. But I got a good little head start if you watch the Eagles Giants game and you want to cry like I did, because I like the Eagles. But I'm cool with the one thing though. We was doing our thing. So, anyways, MFTK in the chat, Duval in the chat. If you want to get tickets to the games. Outside of that, so we can get our show started because we're already behind. We're gonna start our show off the same way we start our show off each and every day with a word of prayer.
You already know what time it is, dog. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God. God is great. All the time. All the time. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Go.
All right, Jaden, what we got?
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Big Games B.S. here on October 10th on this Friday. So, first things first, this is your first time here at the show. Welcome, and it's called Big Games B.S. because we bring the good, the bad, and the BS of the sports world, especially football, to your screens, eyes, and ears. First things first, we have our MFTK segment to kick off the show. Gonna discuss a score prediction for the Mandarin U football game that's occurring tonight before diving into the NCAA college football landscape. Now we're gonna start our NCAA topic with our FSU segment. We're gonna discuss a player, and then we're also gonna discuss the game that's coming up on Saturday. Then we're gonna talk about some ACC teams, quarterback, and some head coaches before looking at the viewing guide for this week. Then we're gonna look at the NFL. We have some NIL Knowles in the league news to discuss before heading to Duval to talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars and a recent trade. So after the Jags, we'll then discuss the Thursday night football game between the Eagles and the Giants. We also have a viewing guide to discuss before going into our Big Games BS section where we bring the scope of the conversation outside of the typical football world. First things first, in our Big Games BS section, we have our BS or bussin' food review topic. We have some condolences to share out, and then we got some funny pop culture topics to discuss that's been going viral. But first things first, the Mandarin Mustangs are facing off against Fletcher, a district game that is tonight, and it's going to be at Mandarin University. I got this schedule for you guys right here so you can see it. So, James, we need a score prediction for the Mandarin Pink Out game versus the Fletcher Senators.
Um, we putting 40 on them. I can tell you that much. We have to. We have to beat the living fuck out of them. And here's the reason why. I haven't said anything all week. One, I want to give kudos to. Can I start off by giving props before we do the disrespect? Fletcher's coached by Seatric Faison. For those who don't know who that is he's a former running back for the University of Florida. Really good guy, drafted in the NFL. Went to Fletcher alumni, has done some really good things in the community. Very similar. Like he had his Star Ready program, which has, it was a Pop Warner like league that helped develop, and he coached up a lot of really good young men. And I appreciate any man who's doing things of that nature, right? Like, especially, you may not like this. A lot of people, why you gotta be because he's black. I appreciate black men that are doing positive things in the community, in their communities, especially where they came up out of, right? That being said, there's a lot of people who talk trash this year for absolutely no reason. And a lot of times I'm sitting here like, where is this coming from? And in particular, I'm not going to name the guy's name because it was crazy as he seemed solid, right? You see the post and you see all these the interactions that you guys have been genuine, but then you see the subs. And why are you subbing me? And so I had a friend of mine say, "Hey man, such and such don't like you." I'm like, "Who?" That's when who doesn't like me? And they're like, and so when they say that, then the first thing I have to do is like, all right, where do I know this person from? Do I know this person? I am not like one of those people, and I probably should. I used to be, but like I know most of I have 5,000 people that on Facebook. I know most of my Facebook friends. Like I've either grown up with them, went to college with them, played with them, done business, done something. Doesn't mean we're friends, but I know them. I, for the life of me, don't know how I know this person. And if this person ran into me on the streets, I would not know who this person was. But we are Facebook friends. And I looked at our interactions and never been negative. Dude called me a liar. He said, that lying coach over there. I'm like, whoa. And then I asked, like, well, what did I lie about? I mean, maybe I did. I don't know. And then he was like, he makes it seem like he's the reason. I said, I have never, I just big up the guys who are around me. And I guess that makes people mad because their kids aren't the ones that are being bigged up. Now, the problem with people like me is I'm not petty. I'm deliberate. It's a difference. I done my research. So I can't unload it now. And I'll just say this. Young men fight in wars that old men start. And that man's son is on that team. That man's son. I hope he don't play. Nah, he plays linebacker. So that means his son's going to see the position group that I coach personally. And he gets a unique, his last time a coach did that to me, Reigns got this old ass coach that sounds like the South-Minnesota, and he always yelling. Rah, 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 rah. That's what I'm gonna do to him next time I see him. He starts talking trash to me, and his son went to Sandalwood, didn't even go to Reigns. I said, I told him your son wasn't even good enough for you to coach him at Reigns. Why are you over here telling me we ducking? And I told him a couple years ago in our state championship run, I said, that's your son? All right, cool. Just for that, he the first victim. Tion Weiss did what 20 do. It was a pitch. 20 gave him, did something with his feet. Pat, pat. Next thing you know, that man was doing the Neo in the Matrix and en route to 6. So, like, again, I don't want to ever be that dad. Like, I'm going to always big up my son, but I'm not going to try to bash nobody else. I ain't going to try to do no other different things because, hey, you can't get personal with these things, it feels like. But the problem is when your kid is going to be directly involved, and so I'll say a little slick shit like people don't. I was like, Fletcher's a good team. They're going to hold us to 450 yards, the total offense. And people are like, what you mean they're going to hold us? I said, reading comprehension skills. Read again out loud what I said. They're going to hold us to a really, really good offensive showing. Yeah. Like, IMG couldn't hold us under 300. And I know this, you ain't IMG, but again, it's hard when people do this shit because people are talking shit and I like theatric as a man. And so what's happening is what we have to do is we have to beat the fuck out of them. Now, they do have some talent. They have a wide receiver that's going to Iowa, but nonetheless, he's going power 4. Never heard a wide receiver say, I want to go to Iowa to be a wide receiver, but the man's getting his education. They got a DB that's committed to UCF, I believe. And then they have some other guys that are just good, scrappy high school ballers.
Do you think it's your social media presence that's got
I think people get shit confused.
Yeah.
But all this shit real. The problem is, like, I'm way more humble than what I should be. But I only brag about things that I know about. And all this shit everybody else can do. But, like, just don't get mad at me. Take it. Man, I'm going to tell you, dog, I'm going to get rich one day. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fucking disappear. Don't let me build this up. If I build this up really, really good, I'm fucking putting Jaden out there. Like, Jaden, this is your show. I'm just going, or somebody else can have this. I'm just going to sit back, monitor numbers, and just be quiet. Like, but anyways, man, it's like, you know what? It's Dame Dash and Jay-Z. Jay-Z does never makes a comment about Dame Dash, and Dame Dash just keeps running his mouth. But all of that being said, we gonna beat the fuck out of Fletcher. Unless even the gods and the elements ain't gonna be able to, because right now it's been raining for the last 2 days. And it's supposed to be lightning. I hope they move the game to Monday, actually, so we could get a good, thorough ass whipping. But you never know. I don't know, but I don't foresee us dropping district play. JD, if we win this game, you know what that means for Coach Toby Bullock during his Mandarin Mustang campaign in year 4?
No, I do not.
Toby Bullock has never lost to a gateway school if he beats Fletcher. What that means is all Duval County schools are gateway conference. So that means Toby would be undefeated in gateway conference play. So that's a pretty impressive stat for a guy who nobody believes should have the Mandarin job because of how bad he did at Wolfson. And he stuck it up at Wolfson. But in his defense, everybody stinks it up at Wolfson. But Polo Kid James, you don't want to be a black Pat McAfee. Maybe for a time I could do that, but I no, you're saying like Pat McAfee blew up, stayed on there, Joe Rogan. I don't want to do his schedule. Like I just want to be who I am unapologetically. I think that's what really makes people mad is that they feel like I just do whatever. And I'm like, it's not quite. I really don't say the first thing on my mind because I don't talk bad. I try not to talk bad about kids. Unfortunately, at about 11 p.m. Friday, I am going to talk bad about a couple kids unless that kid stands out. If that kid stands out, I'll talk good about them, even though they lose.
And it's entertaining. This is an entertainment. It's not just sports. It's a podcast. You guys don't have one probably because you're boring.
Yeah. And people be wanting to be fake ministers and fake
thing.
inspirational and shit like that. I don't want to be that. I don't care if you're inspired or aspired. I just do what I do. And if you rock with it, you rock with it. And if you don't, you don't. Yeah, Miles, you're so disciplined. I got like 40 pairs of shoes I got to clean right now. And I just don't want to
have that many.
I don't want to clean them at all. I'd rather just get another pair. But anyways, make sure y'all put an MFTK or Duval in the chat for the ticket giveaways. Oh, is Ramon's birthday today? Man, happy birthday. We got a whole bunch of Libra games out here. But yeah, Jaden, we're gonna beat the fuck out. The score is beat the fuck. And then you'll see Fletcher 0. so implement whatever that means. Now, next week, the next game, I know we're gonna win, but I think that seems a little bit better than the team we're playing. Oakleaf is again another coach I have respect for. That their people talk shit, but they're not as vocal about the shit talking. So it's cool. Like it makes it feel like it's more of just a competitive talking shit as opposed to man. When you attack my character, dog. Hold on one sec. What's up, coach?
So you heard it here, folks. James predicting this game to be a lot to nothing at all. So make sure if you guys are in Jacksonville, do want to see B5 and the Mandarin Mustangs, make sure to pop out to the Mandarin game tonight at 6:30 at Mandarin High School as they face off against the Fletcher Senators in a key district matchup for the Mandarin Mustangs. So now that we got our MFTK segment out of the way, let's transition to where these high school players want to play the big leagues, the D1 college football landscape. And we're going to start off first with the FSU Seminoles. So first things first, I know we discussed it on Wednesday's show, but FSU is facing off against Pitt at FSU Doak Campbell Stadium tomorrow at 12 p.m. And if you can't make it to the game in person, don't worry. If you guys got ESPN, it's going to be showing on there. No CW17 for the Noles. So the game is going to be on Saturday, like I mentioned. And James, this is the initial ACC injury report for the FSU Pitt game. Got a lot of names on that out list for the Pittsburgh Panthers. And for the FSU Seminoles, the players that are out are Cam Davis, Gavin Blackwell, DeMonte Diggs, Quindarius Jones, Gavin Markey, Chase Lofton, and Ethan Pritchard. We're going to come back to Ethan Pritchard because we have some great news regarding him. Questionable, Squirrel White, Randy Pittman Jr., Javon Boggs, Ashlyn Barker, Caleb Laverly, and Micah Pettis. And probable, TC Roydell and Kevin Wynn. So those are your the player injury statuses for the FSU Seminoles and some of the notable questionable players for Pittsburgh are Desmond Reed, Javon McIntyre, Tamon Lynham, Cruz Brookins, and Rashawn Murray. So make sure to stay tuned to the FSU and Pitt game that is happening at 12 p.m. So continuing with FSU, we're going to talk about Ethan Pritchard. So we have this statement from FSU football saying, quote, Ethan Pritchard has been released from TMH and is being moved to Brooks Rehab in Jacksonville for the next stage in his recovery process. This remarkable milestone has been achieved under the supervision of medical staff from TMH, Tallahassee Neurological Clinic, Southern Medical Group, and Tallahassee Orthopedic Clinic in consultation with Florida State sports medicine staff. Ethan is alert, responsive, and able to communicate. We are thankful for the efforts, thoughts, and prayers of so many people and ask that you continue to support Ethan and his family as this process continues. And we got a video for you guys courtesy of Tommy Castellano's Instagram. So this is the team welcoming and congratulating Ethan Pritchard after his process.
Love, boy. Love, E.
So for those who've never been transported before, like I've been transported before. So like that like he might not have to have been strapped up like that much, like if it was just going to like a normal place. But like he like when they took me from Tallahassee to back to Jacksonville, they had me in that thing because you're riding in the back and you don't want to, you got to stabilize. He obviously even more so needs to be stabilized than anything else. But I had somebody in the chat ask about, not in this chat, but ask, what is he going to be able to walk? What do they know? Well, I know one of the drills that I was told by damn, I kind of forgot my guy's name, who's been really covering this. Hold on, I want to make sure I read it properly and give him his proper credit. Damn, what's my guy's name again? Shit, I forgot. I got two jerseys coming too as well. From him. Let me see if you can search stuff. Baptist, not Baptist. He's going to Brooks, not Baptist. They're right around the corner from each other. Stuart Moore. That's it. Stuart Moore, who's like the big time anchor in Central Florida, out of Orlando. Good people. Went to Florida State with me. They said they're standing him up in a wheelchair. So basically just think about, you're sitting down and you're trying to push yourself up. So the fact that he can do that means his legs are working properly. So that means he should make a full recovery. And even if it's in a year or like over a year, like 2 years, if he's able to get on that football field, I might cry for his people. And I'm hoping the best for him, but it just, you never know why things happen. But I do believe that this is going to all work out in the favor of this young man and his family. So good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Huge shout out to the Pritchard family and everybody involved in the process, all the medical staff attending to his needs, and just a great sight to see for FSU fans in particular, but for just fans of life in general. So huge shout out to the Ethan Pritchard family. Shout out to the doctors as well. We're going to come back to FSU when we make our Hard Rock parlay for the score prediction and the betting props for the game, courtesy of Hard Rock. But before we get to that point of the show, let's move on with some more ACC talk. So, James, this is our Money Moves segment winner of today, and that is Stanford football. So, Stanford football received a $50 million donation directly to the football program from a former player this week. It wasn't long ago that Stanford was competing at the highest level of college football, winning Rose Bowls, finishing in the top 10, and having players in the Heisman. And CFB Kings reported this and put this question: could we see the Cardinal use his gift to get back into the national conversation, James?
You'd be surprised. I think it takes more than that, but I think that's a huge, healthy chunk, and they have bread. Stanford's not hurting for money. Like, academically, it's one of the schools. If you guys remember, a couple years ago when everybody said, James, you're crazy, FSU's going to lose this lawsuit, they shouldn't be trying to leave, they should just be happy to be here, rah, 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 blah, blah, blah. We did all of the numbers on now it makes sense. They did all of the numbers on like what the overall institutions make. Stanford and Cal were way, way up there. So Stanford has the bread. Here's the problem that Stanford has. Stanford, much like Duke, much like Vanderbilt, which I think has changed, much like Notre Dame, but Notre Dame has changed, have academic requirements that are way too stringent for most of the really good football players. And if you really go and you look at the football teams that are really, really good and where they come, we've also shown this on the show too. So people can feel however you want to feel, but this is just what it's like. You look at the distribution map of African Americans during slavery, and then you look at the distribution map of where African Americans live. And you know what you see? That's where all the good teams come from. It's heavily populated between the states of Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, and Florida. And then you have North Carolina with a little bit of love. And then what you see in the Northeast is sprinkles of highly concentrated areas surrounded by, because the map like has like white, and then it has like red, green, like, so like you can see the different, like, and when you look at the map in Ohio, it's right in the center of Ohio is where there's a heavy black population. You know what's in the center of Ohio? Columbus. You know what's in Columbus, Ohio? Ohio State. Then when you go to the West Coast and you look, you see all the blacks. They're in Southern Cal. You know what's in Southern California? USC. And then you have some disbursements, and maybe it could be something, but Oregon, because Oregon's good, but Oregon has this thing that they have that's an advantage over everybody. Everybody loves fly Nike gear. So like Oregon started giving away foolish amounts of shit back when I was in school. So like they got the game on lock. So it's going to take more than money. And when they were good, they were the opposite of what the other teams were. So Pac-12 was a passing conference. Stanford always stuck to getting good offensive linemen that knew what they were going to do, and they had a heavy run game outside of the Andrew Luck years. But that's where Run CMC, 2-yard Toby, a lot of these guys, they were really, really good at the running game, and they played physical defense. They beat up on teams. It's kind of hard to do. The ACC is a hodgepodge of all of that shit. So I don't see it, but this is the way the game is going. You know, when this guy played football at Stanford? You heard me, Jaden?
What'd you say?
You know when this guy played football at Stanford, they gave the $50 million?
No.
Because they said Stanford football player, and it made you kind of like, made me believe like, damn, what was it, Andrew? Like what? This man played in 64. Oh, wow. Like Florida State these will be the articles about us in 20 years. Like we just don't have, we haven't been doing it long enough. Like the school hasn't been around. We don't have people dying and bequeathing shit like that. We did, but then sometimes bad shit happens to them. But like we'll have some football players that start donating money like this. Pete Cola Sniper, why Jane? I coached at Wilson 1 year with Toby. I'm not coaching that day. I don't want to coach at Mandarin. I don't want to coach at bowls. I'm just good at it. That's why I coach. And I get to hang out with my friends. MFTK, bro. I don't want to do a 7-on-7. The problem is just other people ain't doing it. When I tried to offer people to do the jobs that I don't want to do, people didn't want to do the jobs. So then I had to do it. And it makes me stressed out. It's like this streaming shit. Like, I didn't want to set up a separate stream and do other shit, but people didn't want to do what the fuck they were supposed to do. So now I got to do it. And now, now I can't just do it. Yes, tonight. Now I can't just do it because it's not cost effective to only do one. Now I have to try to build a streaming company through the current stuff, man. It's just shit's stressful, man. My bad, but Stanford, good. Kudos to them. You're gonna need a bag in the next couple years to be able to compete.
Funny that you mentioned compete because John Mateer, the Oklahoma QB, is listed as probable on the latest SEC injury report as Oklahoma faces off against Texas in one of college football's most oldest and riveting rivalries. So, James, is looking like the former Heisman frontrunner before his injury is looking to make his return against the Texans Longhorns. So, man, I hope this is the right decision. Hope he's feeling everything all right. Hope he's feeling all right. Got that green light. But James, it looks like he's trying to get on that field to put his name in the history books. I know we discussed this on Wednesday about his questionable state, but it's looking like he's wanting to step on that field against the Texas Longhorns. So just want to update you guys on the Oklahoma and Texas game and of the overall SEC conference and quarterback play. So here you guys go. And James, how do you think Mr. Mateer's going to do, man, against the Texas Longhorns battling this injury, coming off that wrist injury on his throwing hand? How do you think that's going to pan out for the QB?
I don't think that's going to pan out very smart for him. I mean, but then again, I don't know, man. Like I just think that's a lot with it be in your I think it's his throwing hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I mean, you got to go out there and compete, I guess.
Good luck to John Mateer and the Oklahoma Sooners as they face off against the Texas Longhorns. So make sure to tune into that game as well, guys. And we're going to talk about some coaches, James. We recently talked about our Money Moves segment for today, but this is our Money Moves 1B segment for today, if you will, because we're discussing the highest paid college football coaches per USA Today. Kirby Smart sits at the top of that list, making $13.28 million. Then Ryan Day of Ohio State makes $12.57 million. Lincoln Riley over there in LA making $11.53. Dabo out of Clemson, $11.44. Sark making $10.8. Dan Lanning, $10.4. DeBoer in Tuscaloosa making $10.25. Brian Kelly making $10.175. Bill Belichick cracks the top 10, making $10.1. Then you have 4 coaches making $9 million. Lane Kiffin, Josh Hoople, Eli Drinkwitz, and Mark Stoops cracked the top 10 for the highest paid college football coaches. James, so is it surprising, man? All these teams right here paying these coaches, are the numbers surprising to you? Because, man, I know the biggest one that jumps out is number 9 for sure. So I want to hear your thoughts on the figures attributed to these coaches right here.
Nah, all this makes sense. A lot of SEC teams. North Carolina has bread and has the ability to be a school that could blow up. Mike Norvell would be in there, but he slashed his salary because of last season for this year. I don't
do that.
Yeah,
you can take less money as a coach. Can that money then go to recruiting?
Yeah, I don't know where it went. Maybe it went toward the buyouts of coaches that he had to fire or whatever, things like that. But
wow, I
It was an honorable thing, but I mean,
He's like,
I ain't doing that shit. Like, bump that. Shit happens, dog.
So coaches can't really talk when they can take pay cuts like Tom Brady did type thing.
They could do coaches. What pro is different because there really is no money. Like Tom Brady's pay cut, he didn't take a pay cut. He didn't take as much money as he could because of salary caps. But now people have figured out the salary cap doesn't exist. Like it's not real. And now the money is getting so stupid that like, you can have a top player getting paid $10 million because he was in the last bump. But now there's all of a sudden, like there's a $50 million surplus a year. So like you have to wait your time, but like somebody else is going, there's plenty of money to pay your top guys. But no, it makes sense. Kirby's gotten that. Well, the fact that Lincoln Riley's getting paid as much and Dan Lanning and Sark, but Sark's been to the playoff twice. He just can't win anything. But guys with no natty makes it different.
Wanted to update you guys on the college football head coaching salary landscape. And speaking of Bill Belichick, James, is looking like there's about to be a breakup on Chapel Hill because North Carolina's head coach and AD Bubba Cunningham released these statements. Belichick said, quote, "I'm fully committed to UNC football and the program we're building here." And the AD Bubba Cunningham also said, quote, "Coach Belichick has the full support of the Department of Athletics and University." Sounds like something you say when you and your girl about to, you know what I'm saying, break it off. You about to go do your thing, about to go your own way. So do you think that this was facts or cap by the AD and by Bill Belichick? James?
Major cappuccino. Bill is looking for a way out.
He wants to go back to the NFL.
That he never wanted to come to college.
Yeah.
This was like it just like I think they even have North Carolina has like a 1 million. Like I think they're saying he's gonna impose his own buyout. Like he could get out for $1 million. Like the school can't. If the school fires him, they got to pay him. But like if he wants to get out and they can find a safe place to land, then he'll do his best.
I heard he was flirting with the idea of the buyout situation. So do you think that if he does get bought out, he'll just retire flat out or try and get his way back into the NFL? Because he's not getting any younger, but his girlfriends seem to be getting younger.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, listen, I've heard an old lady say you're only as young as the person that's splitting you or you're splitting in two. So like technically Bill is like, Bill might be Blue Chew, Levitra, what's the shit called? Viagra, Cialis, all these things are keeping the guys in the game, man.
Yeah, I think he's gonna try again for them. I don't think he wants his legacy to end like this.
I mean, I don't know if it could change, man.
Yeah, what else is he gonna do? Like, I think he's like Tom Brady. I don't think they actually have love in their hearts. They just have football.
I just,
We will definitely keep you guys updated on the ACC coaching situation here in UNC, but it's not looking good for any of my UNC fans or especially the football fans out there with this odd release of these statements by Belichick and the athletic director. So we're going to keep you guys updated on that. And speaking of keeping you updated, huge shout out to Projection Sports because you know what time it is. You know what day of the week it is. It is the weekend viewing grid, viewing guide time. So we all know what games will be played on which day and which time. So Projection Sports are including the MLB playoff games in the grids as well. So there's some extra teams in there. Just don't want to confuse you guys. So yesterday, these were your slate of games that were on. We're going to swing back around to that prime Thursday night football game. Man, we have a lot of drama and tea to discuss with that game. So today's games: Fresno State, Colorado State, USF. 24th rank is going against North Texas. And for any of my baseball fans, we got these games right here, along with Rutgers at Washington. So these are your Saturday slate of games. We're going to look at the early games. So it's going to be in that first column for you right there, starting from that 12 o'clock time frame. So you got 8 ranked Bama going up against 16 ranked Missouri, UCLA at Michigan State, Charlotte at Army, Stanford at SMU, and then Pitt at Florida State, 12 p.m. on ESPN as well. Then you have Ohio State at Illinois. UCF faces off against Cincinnati. And then you have Washington State at Ole Miss. Some other notable games in that next time slot would be Oklahoma, 6th-ranked Oklahoma against Texas. Virginia Tech's facing off against this 13th-ranked Georgia Tech. Indiana is at Oregon. That should be a great game. And Iowa State is going to Colorado to play. You also have NC State at Notre Dame, Arkansas at Tennessee as well. Georgia at Auburn is in your next slot of games. Clemson, Boston College at ACC matchup. Then you have on ESPN around 7, Florida faces off against Texas A&M. BYU at Arizona. Kansas at Texas Tech. Michigan at SC. And South Carolina at LSU. Then you have Arizona State at Utah. We're going to get to these games in the form of Hard Rock. So, James, we are going to share this tab with everybody and see what parlay you are making for this week in college football.
All right. South Florida's got what? I'm gonna take South Florida. Which one gets me more? Is it the plus? God, I can't see. It's not clear. Plus 105. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. Yeah, South Florida. South Florida all day. Hold on. Believe it or not, I'm gonna go with Drinkwitz in Missouri over Bama.
Now we are at the FSU parlay. So, James, I wanted to circle back around to this topic. First, I need your score prediction for the game, and I need your parlay picks for the game subsequently.
Florida State 35-20. But part of me wants to take them boys with the take us with the over, not over, take us with the points. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Everybody, the person who scares me more is Tony White right now. Can't stop anybody.
So what's your FSU pick?
I'm just gonna go with, you know what? Fuck it. Go and give me an FSU with the points. Minus 10.5.
All right, moving along. Let's see some more ranked games. James, you want to take a stab at this Ohio State Illinois game?
That's a tough one, man. Ohio State's better than Illinois. I just think they're just outright better than them. So I'm gonna go Ohio State with 2 touchdowns.
All right, keep on moving along. That the Ole Miss odds are crazy.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm gonna rank. Deion got too much going on. We don't know about the blood clots, and he chasing young older hoes. I mean, Carucci's not young; she's over 30. I know that, but like you know, Shadura had a great quote, man. Their lives have gone downhill since Carucci's came in the picture. Yeah, I think it was in jest though. It was in jest. I'm also picking Oregon over Indiana with that. Damn, some of these odds, man. I'm gonna go Texas. That's a weird line. It makes absolutely no sense. Just say it's a pick'em game. They got Oklahoma favored by half a point over Texas.
I like that.
Oklahoma's the underdog. Texas is favorite.
My bad. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, that still doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
like you can't lose by. There's no.
Yeah, it's only if it's a tie.
I want to pick Diamond Suns. I'm gonna just take Georgia Tech with the win, money line. Right now, we're doing well enough. Tennessee is going to beat Arkansas by more than 12.5. The game that really intrigues me, and I don't think that they're going to. I think Texas A&M is going to win. But what is the University of Florida right now? Like, I don't think Arch Manning is good. I've been like that for quite some time. Texas is good though. Arch Manning's not good. I'm gonna take Texas A&M with the money line. But like, if they play like that, they're hard to beat. Like Lagway actually looked like he knew how to throw a ball. Georgia 3.5. Yes, please. Yes, I'm taking Georgia with the 3.5 points. That's a blessing right there. Is Texas Tech for real? I mean, what's Kansas? I didn't even know Kansas. I think I like Kansas right there. Why is Michigan getting points? Michigan beats USC. Part of me wants to say South Carolina is going to beat LSU. Thank you. Let's fuck it. You only live once. I'm going South Carolina straight up with the win. Ooh. You know what's funny? Like if I actually hit one of these like that, they're gonna jam my Hard Rock account up. Like I've heard them do stuff like that. Like you can't win but so much from the app. I guess they think you're using like algorithms or some shit like that. All right, I think that's enough. What was so $5 gets me 18? Why does it show that? I guess you have to. I guess when you're logged on and you're registered, it gives you. They must give people more. Jaden, read me out. Read me out the bet slip.
Georgia Tech to win, Tennessee spread, Missouri to win, Georgia spread, Florida State spread, Michigan to win, Oregon to win, South Florida to win, Texas to win, Iowa State to win, Ohio State spread, South Carolina to win, and Texas A&M to win.
Yeah, because when I did it on my Hard Rock app, it shows I get like 29. I got 29,000. If for the $5 bet.
Yes, I don't know. I'm not logged in either. I'm not logged in.
So I guess maybe if you log in,
mm-hmm.
And then you can do the teasers.
But yeah, everybody, we just wanted to take you through James's parlay play-by-play to see which teams he's rocking with during this week of college football. We're going to come back to Hard Rock Bet and to the viewing grid for the NFL. But first, let's start the NFL segment off with our NIL segment, the Knowles in the league. These are the FSU Seminoles who've made it to the NFL and continue to make a name for themselves and for their team, but most importantly, for their alma mater. First things first, let's start off with Braden Fisk. So he had 3 total tackles, 1 solo, and 1 QB hit versus San Fran. Tits for Fitz. Ryan Fitzgerald, 2 for 2 on field goals, had a 49-yard long field goal and 9 total points versus Miami. Jared Verse versus San Fran, 6 total tackles, 4 of them were solo, 1 TFL, and 5 QB hits. Whew, I know that's got to hurt. Josh Sweat, 4 total tackles, 2 sacks, and 1 PBU versus Tennessee. Mario Edwards Jr. versus B. Moore had 2 total tackles and 1 sack. Renardo Green, 2 solo tackles and 1 PBU versus the Rams. Cam Akers, 32-yard pass touchdown and 19 rush yards versus Cleveland. And finally, Keon Coleman versus New England had 4 catches and 1 receiving touchdown as well. And James, we have some more news from an NIL, a new iteration of his NIL, because we are referring to Jashawn Corbin. So Patriots sign running back Jashawn Corbin to the practice squad, and he retweeted this saying blessed and thankful truly with the praying hands emoji. So James, it looks like he's back on an NFL roster, even though it's on the practice squad. He is still on the roster technically. So huge shout out to Mr. Corbin for getting his feet back into the league.
I'm torn because we have a Mandarin Mustang that got activated to the 53 man roster. Terrell Jennings. He got activated because they had injuries there. He was on the practice squad. But now Corbin's there. It's like, do I want my dope boy or do I want my Mustang? I don't know. Like, it's a little torn. But kudos to all of these young men.
Shout out to the NILs and keep putting on for the Garnet and Gold in the big leagues. We love reporting on it. And a huge shout out to FSU football for continuing to publish those great graphics that we love to repost. So shout out to the squad, man. Shout out to the Garnet and Gold. Speaking of squad, we would be remiss if we didn't discuss the trade that happened with the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns. So we're going to share this trade with you all. And James, it looks like Liam Cohen and Gladstone, they got ears everywhere because they're giving this people what they want. They are feeding the streets. If you know, you know, one of the biggest gripes with Jacksonville fans on that defensive side of the ball was number 3. And man, a lot of fans were letting the Twitter spaces know we were not happy with Tyson Campbell, and Gladstone and company made sure we got a great deal in the process. So gonna share this with you guys. So the Jaguars have officially agreed to terms with the Cleveland Browns to trade cornerback Tyson Campbell in the 7th round selection in the 2026 draft in exchange for cornerback Greg Newsome II in a 6th round selection in the 2026 draft.
Yeah, man, it was getting out of control, man. Man can't cover. Like, I don't know what was going on with Tyson, but he has regressed. A couple of years ago, he was really, really good, doing some big things for the Jags. But just as of recently, he just hasn't been up to par of what we needed him to be. And hopefully, it all works out for him. But I don't necessarily think it's a huge upgrade. Like, I'm not gonna go and just do backflips and shit. I think it was a good move. I think it goes to what we already knew. Jordan Lewis was the number 1 DB. So now this eliminates that conversation. And can Newsome be the guy that Newsome, Jones, Travis Hunter, are all those guys just comparable to where like, we know we got solid coverage going on. And I think that's what we have to, what you kind of have to be hoping for, is that you just get good, solid coverage. We haven't had that lately. So I think it's a good move. I think overall it's a good move. So Jags are moving, and Gladstone said this isn't the last trade that they'll make. So he man, they mess around and get either elevate the D tackle play or find another guy that can, slow down, because you don't really need to have the greatest secondary. You just need somebody that can not get beat. Did you see the last play of the game where Hollywood Brown got hit in the back of the head with the helmet? I mean, with the ball? Tyson Campbell was out of position. If Hollywood Brown would have caught that, he could have split the defense and scored. So I think that was the last straw. That motherfucker just said, no, you got to go. You are lost out here. So kudos to the Jags and making the moves that are necessary. Still believe we may have overreached a little bit in the trade for the second overall pick, but man, fuck them picks.
So let's look at the money involved in this deal. Tyson Campbell signed a 4-year, $76.5 million extension that included $53.4 million guaranteed in July 2024. And Newsome, the 26th overall pick in the 2021 NFL draft, is now in the last year of his contract that pays him $13.38 million. That was his rookie extension with the Browns. Its value was $13.38 million. So super excited to see Newsome in that Jaguars teal. He's going to be wearing number 6. So make sure to look out for him on the field against the Seahawks in that number 6 jersey as well. And Angelo, I agree, man. We do need to trade for AJ Brown, because it's funny you mentioned that. We're going to come back to that. And man, it's not looking good in Philadelphia, especially in that locker room, and then especially on the field as well. So we're going to come back to that point, Angelo. But first, we're going to big up the Jags some more, because they are leading the NFL in takeaways through week 5. Jaguars cracked the top of that list with 14 takeaways. We're actually 4 more takeaways ahead of the second place team, which is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Not surprised with that Mike Tomlin defense. And then you have the Chicago Bears, Lions, and Colts and at the top 5 position. But the New Orleans Saints and Tennessee Titans are tied with the Colts for 8 takeaways. But man, that defense is knowing how to get that ball. Huge shout out to Devin Lloyd, who's leading the league in interceptions as a linebacker. So man, shout out to the Jaguars defense, and shout out to Campanelli, James. Huge shout out to the Italian Stallion at our defensive coordinator position.
He's definitely been making things very fun to watch. He's doing this thing. Shout out to Camp. Shout out to Chain. Like, that's what makes the Tyson Campbell shit, it's like so odd. Like, Devin Lloyd hasn't done much since he's been here, but now Devin Lloyd is like on all pro, potentially arguing for defensive player of the year level. You've got the man with 2 last names balling. You got the one-arm man balling, or the one-hand man, and Trayvon. You got we had one guy, Eric Armstead, was only known for doing great stuff in the community, which is amazing. It's not why we're paying you, though. We didn't pay you to be a philanthropist. We paid you to put pressure on the quarterback. And then you got Foyer. Like, just think, like, right now, I can name defensive guys that give coordinators a headache. Brought in Jordan Lewis. Like, you made all of these guys come together with a sense of purpose. You even got fucking Fabio back there. Not any good, but that bitch does what we need when you. I know people will take things out of context whenever they feel like being offended, but this doesn't sound bad as is what it's going to probably sound like. But when I see a white out there on the football field, I need a guy who I know is going to give his all. Like, I need to know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when Parker Washington, because we don't know what Parker Washington is. Yeah. Is he he's a Simpson. But Parker Washington, we need him to go out there and catch the infirmary ball. We need Fabio to go out there and just throw his wing guard. Like winger, brother, you're not gonna be all pro. Like, we know you're never gonna make a Hall of Fame, but we want to remember you. Let us remember your play by sacrificing your body. That's all we need you to do. If you knock yourself out and somebody else out at the same time, your mission has served. It's like Scatterboo. Scatterboo's not going to know what his name is in 5 years.
Yeah, he runs.
But he's going to be entertaining, and he'll always have a special place in our heart for sacrificing his brain cells. But that's what we need. We don't need you to try to be. I don't need you to try to be Jason Sehorn. I don't need you to, because Jason Sehorn didn't even know he was white. He wore long sleeves and he wore like so people thought he was black. I don't want him to say, hey man, that white boy played like a brother. Nope. I want you to play like your ancestors played. Like hard-nosed, gritty, first on the field, last off, a coach in the huddle. Was it not quicker than fast? Like never gives up, high motor. I need to feel these things, and I think Campanelli has gotten the most out of his guys.
James, is looking like the Jaguars are already starting the Edwards rollout, man. It already looks like they're about to fix the draft, because you see Xander Edwards here, son of former Jags player Mark Edwards, and they just wanted to highlight Xander for breaking the single game touchdown record in Florida, and they have him right there standing next to his pops at the game. So James, it looks like if everything works out, he's gonna be rocking that teal jersey one day of his own.
I didn't realize his pops played for the Jags. I thought it was for the 49ers, but Xander's a good kid, man. I like Xander's. Xander's won't respond to coming on the show, but that's one of my pilgrims, man. Really good lacrosse player.
James, next time you're at the game, you need to look out for the new Jaguars team dog. So they posted this on their social media page saying, our new team dog is a rescued golden retriever and in training to save a veteran. What should we name her? So James, if you have the opportunity to name this dog the team dog for the Jags, what would you choose? I'm curious.
That's what that is. That's exactly what that is, clickbait. So that would be a good name for it. A name for the Jags. Not bad. Whoop. Lil Whoop. Because that's what they do here. They whoop.
Shout out to the new team dog, Lil Whoop. Hopefully we get to see you on primetime, man. Hopefully we do. But that's all of our Jags news we have for you today. So let's kick off the Thursday night football discussion, man. Whew, I was surprised, just like many of you were surprised to see the end result of this game, because the Giants faced off against the Philadelphia Eagles, the reigning Super Bowl champs, and the Giants came out with a dub, man. So Jackson Dart led his team to a victory over the Super Bowl champs, 17-34 in MetLife Stadium. Jalen Carter did not play in this game. A lot of people were banged up on that Philadelphia defense. You got Quinyon Mitchell. You had, I think, Nolan Smith was out, and then Jalen Carter was out as well. So that pressure wasn't the same for the New York Giants. But man, I was thoroughly impressed from what I saw from Jackson Dart, his decision making. His decision to step up in the pocket and scramble. I really liked what I saw from him, even though the defense wasn't as what they usually are. Still impressed with the young rookie in Thursday Night Football under the bright lights. So let's get into the box score before getting into the nitty gritty details and drama associated with this game. James, I think you're going to be happy when I read Cam's stat line. So we're going to start off with the box score for you guys, sharing it with you right now. Excuse my
Happy is
phone.
relative, but I am. It's bittersweet.
So let's start off with Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart went 17 of 25, threw for 195 yards, and had a touchdown as well. Russell Wilson got in the game for one play because Jackson Dart was mildly concussed. And once Russell Wilson didn't complete his first pass, he immediately got met with an array of boos. Thought that was hilarious. They wanted Jackson Dart immediately. So did Brian
I'm gonna
Dabble
have
as
to
well.
put Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart with his egg scrambled is better than Sierra's husband. Like, can we now, women? Do y'all see why we don't like him now? It's got nothing to do with Future. He just he played himself out of the Hall of Fame.
He was talented, but that was awful. They booed him so hard.
Because Russell sucks. He's stunk for a long time.
His duck part throw was so comical. It was all this buildup, all these movement and audible at the line. He's getting ready down to the last second. Oh, did he get it off in time? Just at the last second. Boom.
No.
He threw it right
It's
at
terrible, man.
Nobody.
I actually starting to think he's a terrible person by the way he plays. Like, nobody's gotten better when he's gone there.
I don't know if I felt bad or embarrassed or wanted to laugh. Everything.
He's part of the reason why I don't believe in quarterbacks are the best player on the team. Think about the Seahawks. The Seahawks invested. They had the Legion of Boom defense.
Right.
To pay him, they had to dismantle the defense and not sign the person that who hates Marshawn Lynch besides white people who didn't understand a kid from the hood who actually made money and knew how to do stuff, because
they love him now.
They love him now. And you know why? Because he's authentic. We know what he is. If Russell was still acting like Carlton Banks, we would all love him. But what he did was he tried to transform into what his woman wanted him to be, because that's all she's dated outside of him. We're rappers and consider it bad boys. You want to know if a woman's over her guy? Look at how the men in her life are upstanding. Like, if you want to know a woman who's not over the guy, look at her baby, or look at who she tries to make everybody else. Her son looks like the man that left her, that broke her heart. He's dressed like a dope boy. Russell, she tried to turn. He's over there trying to sound sexy and shit. That wasn't him. Hey, Seattle, we got a deal. Mr. Unconceivable? Or what the fuck was it? Unbreakable?
Unlimited.
Unlimited. It's unnatural is what it is, what he is. It doesn't look natural the way he's acting. Be you, dog. Like, bro, I promise if Russell was just who he was, he'd still have her. Or he'd get somebody else that's just as bad.
Meanwhile, Jackson Dart and Cam are just being the whitest of white boys in
every aspect of it.
Yeah,
Scatterboo is like the crazy white boy that you just want to hang around with and have a beer.
Exactly.
Probably doing some Stone Cold Steve Austin shit. And I was describing it. I'm like, the best thing that happened to the Giants was that. Because Jackson Dart's too stupid to know he's in danger right now.
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't even understand what he's
like he's just like, what do I have to lose?
They're both knuckleheads or something. I don't get it. He's throwing his head into so many times.
Like, they just again, when I saw that coach tell the trainer, get him back in the game.
Yeah.
That let me know, damn, one, that coach doesn't give a fuck about Jackson. And they truly don't believe in Russell, or the only thing that could have made that better was playing Jameis. Because Jameis and Scatterboo in the same backfield. Oh man, you talking about looking like this is worse than a pre-K class with 5 autistic kids in it. It is nothing but drool, baby. It's crazy, dog.
Cam Scatterboo, James, a player you've been keeping your eye on for a long time. 19 carries, 98 yards, just too shy of 100 yards on the ground. But James, he had 3 rushing touchdowns to his name. I can only imagine that fantasy score. He also had 2 receptions for 12 yards as well. Jackson Dart used his legs, 13 carries, 58 yards on the ground, and he had a rushing touchdown. Wandale Robinson had 1 receiving touchdown. He had 6 receptions for 84 yards. Let's go to the other side of the field with the Eagles. Jalen Hurts, 24-33, 283 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Seems like when he gets over 250, James, they lose, man. So
It's almost like Cam Newton was right. The more he throws, you gotta man, fuck these people, man. Stop trying to prove shit to these people, dog. Be you.
He wasn't.
Same thing, Jalen, to you that I'm saying. Like, you don't need to win the game, dog.
He wasn't throwing bad balls, but the offense didn't seem right without Saquon.
You gotta get the running game going.
Yeah.
They don't fear him.
Saquon had only 12 carries for 58 yards. I assumed he was going to at least try and get a touchdown in his homecoming game back from his former team, but he did not get a touchdown. But Jalen Hurts got a a rushing touchdown, 7 carries for 13 yards. His rushing touchdown came from the 4 consecutive tush push plays that
was so annoying.
That made me sick.
That was annoying.
I hated everything.
Michael Parsons took to Twitter and said that isn't real football with the 4 consecutive tush push plays. But let's go down this list as well, talk about the receiving core. So Dallas Goedert led the Eagles and actually the whole game with reception yards. With 110, he had 9 receptions as well, and he had a touchdown in the air. A.J. Brown finally getting more reps, 6 receptions, 80 yards. Nah, he doesn't have a touchdown to his name. Devontae Smith, 4 receptions, 49 yards. Don't have a touchdown to his name either. But, man, those wide receivers each missed out on a key touchdown. And a lot of people are putting the blame on Jalen Hurts for that. So we're going to get into that as well. But let's look at the team stats. The Eagles had less total yards than the Giants. The Giants had 366 compared to the Eagles 339. Passing, Eagles had more passing yards compared to the Giants. Giants did not even crack 200. But look at the rushing yard difference. It was 100-yard difference between the Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles, 99 difference, if you will. And the penalties, the Giants actually got more penalties, but the Eagles lost the turnover battle. They had 1 fumble loss and 1 horrible interception we are going to break down and talk about. But the Giants had 1 more minute of time of possession. So, James,
sometimes all you need is a minute at top. Get it done if done right.
Hey, man, sometimes that's all you need. So let's break down the nitty-gritty of this game. First off, let's start out with the real quarterback, Jackson Dart. So Jackson Dart's 58-yard rushing performance makes him the 3rd QB in the Super Bowl era to have 50-plus rushing yards in each of his first 3 career starts, joining Lamar Jackson and his opponent last night, Jalen Hurts. So
maybe the more white you are, your final form is black.
Go on.
There's only 2 other guys he can compare to. And those are the blackest quarterbacks that we got. Like, no name is blacker than Lamar.
Yeah, that is true.
Like, and from Pompano in Baltimore, like, that's just like, and he runs. Nobody, like, so right now, Jackson Dart, because ain't nobody confusing Jackson just might be exciting. He's an exciting white.
Yeah, he is.
But he's white unapologetically, and I love that shit. Like, he's definitely like rich frat boy. He's Ole Miss. He's the Ole Miss. So I mean, like, shit. He looks like an SEC white boy.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
For sure.
You know, if you are a real fan of the show, we love giving y'all the real stats, the key stats, and the stats you're not going to see on First Take or any of those other sports shows. So, courtesy of Next Gen Stats, here is Jackson Dart's pass chart for the game. So, Jackson Dart finished 17 of 25 for 195 yards and a TD in a win over the Eagles, like we previously mentioned. Dart added those 58 rush yards, with 46 coming on 6 scrambles, including a 20-yard touchdown. Dart is the second QB with the scramble, TD pass, and rush in the game this season. The other was Josh Allen. So you can see the passing chart right here. Look at the line of scrimmage and look where most of his complete passes were. So those are the green circles for you guys. And like James mentioned, he typically mentions look between the line of scrimmage and the plus 10-yard differential right there. Most of his completions were in that area of the field. You only see a few completions you technically only see 3 completions that's over the 10-yard mark from the line of scrimmage. Well, technically 4 with that touchdown. But James, it looks like, man, your insight still holds true. And you can see right here, this is what gets you a win in the NFL, along with having that great pocket presence and awareness.
Right. It's if people really watch the NFL, they would know why certain guys are successful.
Been that way since Brady.
Like, this is why I say Carson probably would be one of the top quarterbacks taken. It would be like, that's Carson Beck. You know, like, again, why is Jackson Dart more successful? Because he does this. He knows how to move the pocket. Same thing when you look at Dylan Gabriel. We look at Shadur Sanders and the way he threw the ball in college. They big plays, throwing it downfield, not getting your first and second read. Everything ain't racism. There may be some racists that fucking are cheering for it, but there probably is real stats that we can look at that show, hey, this is why the shit doesn't work. Or why they think it might not work.
And it's not like the Giants have great receivers, but they were out their receivers on top of that. I don't even know the names of the guys.
Was it Wendell? Was one of them.
Wendell and
Jalen Hyatt was getting some catches too. A lot of people were disappointed with the former Tennessee player. And James, you know you're popping when Amazon Web Services puts a rushing chart, a carry chart for you. So Cam Scatterboo had those 3 rushing touchdowns. We're going to get back to him, but he rushed for 98 yards and 3 touchdowns on 19 attempts. So of his 98 rushing yards, James, 79 came after contact, while 47 yards came against stacked boxes, 8+ defenders. You can see it right there. Yellow line indicates 0 to 5 yards gain, and those green lines signify 5+ yards gain and or a touchdown as well. But the most important stat to me is that 79 of his 98 rushing yards came after contact. That's very fitting for Cam Scatterboo in the game he plays.
Is such a white running back. Brain first. Yes, brain. I love that. It's brain first. Just look at that. Look, man.
So Cam Scatterboo is the first Giants rookie with 3 rushing touchdowns in a game since Charlie Evans all the way back in 1971. And he is the first Giants player to have 3 rushing touchdowns in the game since Ahmad Bradshaw in 2011, 14 years ago. And Eric Moody put Saquon Barkley never had 3 rushing touchdowns in a game with the Giants. Thought that was a surprising fact.
I played against Scatterboo in my other fantasy league. He scored 31 points by himself. Yeah, I'm not winning that one. And then if I would have played Dallas Goedert, I would have been better. But it's something. Put that picture back up there. I'm trying to figure out what it looks like, man. But he has that look.
Yeah.
He's got that look. That look that he is trying to figure out if it's like a dog. I know he has the dog in him, but
he has something in him.
Extra chromosome.
He looks like he'll get angry at something you didn't mean to say.
Mm-hmm.
You like unintentionally insulted him and whooped the shit out of you.
Like he wouldn't even get mad that you called him slow or something like that. Like, he get mad that you just like, you know what? That's the type of guy who gets mad when you say he has privilege.
Oh yeah.
Like he gets like, but I get why he would get mad
Yeah.
because he's white and he's a running back. And all his life he's had to fight. But we didn't mean you, Cam. We meant his name is Cam too. How many white Cams you know?
Not a one.
I'm
I
trying
think
to
it's short.
What is it short for?
I think it's short for Cameron.
Oh, Cameron.
That's worse.
Okay.
You didn't make it better.
Cameron does sound like
The only Cameron I know is Cameron Diaz. Well, yes, dude. Like the movie that she had with Tom Cruise, where she was just like she got like that was fun. It was funny, but like it was like I'm like, damn, Cameron kind of a freak. She's like, I let you come in my and I swallowed you. That's intimate. I'm like, yo, this is just a regular. This is supposed to be a rom-com, but they don't do this in these. But Cam, like all the blacks I know are Cameron. Bert, actually, when Bert put Bert's thing up there, so that people can know this is not me. I'm just reading the comments from the gallery. Parents might be cousins. Now, if you go and you look at the ESPN thing, the ESPN thing that they did, like when they were talking about him, I'm not opposed to that line of thought. They all retarded, hard art, because anybody right now, my baby boy is playing football, very reckless. I love it. My oldest thinks a little bit more, but they're both pretty good. My baby boy I would never allow my son to put on his pads and go run at light poles.
Yeah, no.
And try to tackle light poles or try to run through light poles. That is that ain't elevator to the top. Going all the way to the top mindsets of parenting and of the child. But you know,
We actually got some sneak peek footage of Cam Scatterboot practicing that brain first mentality for you guys right here.
oh Lord. Please tell me this is AI. Yeah, this has got to be AI. All right, yeah. But I'll be honest with you. None of that's right. But did he scream afterwards?
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
None of that shocks me. None of that shocks me. If that was real, I know it's not, but yeah.
Oh, but this was real though, James. So after the game, Scatterboot was made a guest appearance on the Thursday Night Football broadcast, and let's just say he gave fans a show, man.
Oh yeah! Oh, okay. Now give the room. Yeah!
You know what's best about this? This is the best shape he's gonna ever be in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he still doesn't look like he's just like in that great a
Yeah,
shape.
he does. He looks like me.
So the
A
Miles,
regular guy.
cut the shit. Y'all don't know Miles is fucking Jack. Like, don't let Miles bullshit you. Everything he does in life is basically working out. He works in a warehouse, so he's throwing boxes around and shit. And he's a swim instructor. So he's in a fucking pool swimming all day. Like, so no, he doesn't look like you. But he does look like a regular ass in shape guy.
Right.
That when this is all said and done, he's gonna be cramming 12 packs or 6-pack, not even 6-pack, 12 packs. So even know if they make him like that. I don't drink beer, but I know he drinks beer, and he's gonna balloon up. He's gonna be the white Natron Means.
It's so crazy. There's so many of him in Boston and New England. Like, that's a New England looking white to me.
I can see
I
that.
got to see where he's from though.
I think he's from the West Coast.
New England.
He's from the West Coast.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Moving on with some more news from this game, we're going to talk about the Eagles for a second before going back to an NIL on the Giants. So we mentioned the debacle in the wide receiver room between A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith specifically, and Jalen Hurts, there seems to be sort of a disconnect there as well. So during the game, commentators said that Jalen Hurts met with the wide receivers to discuss the game plans for the future of the season. And so AJ Brown was asked about this meeting with Jalen Hurts, and this is what AJ Brown had to say.
What was behind that?
I don't recall a meeting.
Oh, okay. The meeting never
I
happened.
don't know what you're talking
Those
about.
guys said it did happen.
Oh, you need to talk to them.
You weren't in the meeting,
I don't recall.
or you don't want to just talk.
I don't recall.
What was behind that?
I don't recall a meeting.
If you guys did not hear what AJ Brown said,
I don't recall.
he said, I do not recall a meeting, referring to meeting with Jalen Hurts. I understand why AJ Brown is mad, even though he did almost crack 100 receiving yards. He didn't get a receiving touchdown, and this is the play where it should have happened. So if you guys are not familiar with this, if you did not watch the game, this is the Jalen Hurts interception. You see the far left of the field. That's who he ended up throwing the ball to. That was Dotson on a out route. The corner jumped the ball, ended up picking him off. We're going to shout out Cordell Flott as well, because Cordell Flott picked off Jalen Hurts, ending the NFL's longest active streak without an interception. 304 straight pass attempts. This actually is rolled over from last season. So shout out to Flott for breaking history, man, your own way. But let's go back to that picture for you. So
yeah, I'm really confused right now.
So this was a man look for the Giants. So they actually motioned a wide receiver. The Eagles did. It indicated that it was man because the defender moved with the receiver. And so you see Holland guarding Goddard right there. He was initially a little bit further back near the end zone. Once the play snapped, he stuck Goddard. So you know it's definitely man. And then you see the middle is wide open because Javon Holland was the last person back. He was a safety. And so once he picked up Goddard, middle was wide open. And you see AJ Brown doing a post route, and that route would have been wide open since.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why he went there.
I have no clue.
Because
yeah,
you got, obviously they're bringing, well, you know what? I do have an idea why he went there. It doesn't excuse it because the middle, like you said, the middle is wide open, or really seemingly wide open. It depends on where he would have placed it, but he had plenty of opportunities. If you throw it to the eye, and with some height on it, AJ Brown runs into that, right? But they're clearly bringing more than they have to block. So you got they're really zero coverage at that. But it got picked up really well. So maybe he's getting rid of it because he knows they're bringing an extra defender. The first throw should be right there. But damn, it's like your eyes should have taken you. Like you realize that with the route concepts, but that defender in the middle, that's over. I think that's Goddard. Probably could have broken off to try to jump that route as well. But that's why I say that if he throws it to the eye or even to where the G is and you overthrow him, you still have it's still better than the interception.
I got a small video.
We do? All right. I just want to always know, damn, he picked that shit. That motherfucker wasn't even like that. All right, here we go. That was his first look. So for those who go back, so it's a pre-snap read. So before you push play, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have make sure I'm right. Yeah, you have 7 to block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he has time. They're in max protect, it looks like. No, I'm wrong. Goddard leaves. You have 6 to block 7. Push play real quick, Miles. All right, push pause. So Mm.
Yeah, it's
So
6 on 7 for the Eagles.
yeah,
6
so he has to get he that linebacker doesn't really come. He's playing the running back. If you see the middle linebacker, that's kind of looking like he's going to the hole, but he's not coming fast enough. So everybody does get picked up. And push play again. He's seeing the extra man coming free, and that's probably his hot. That's his hot read.
This blur over here is AJ.
Yeah, and that's AJ. It looks
Wide open.
wide. It is. It is wide open, but when you add just giving you guys the game, that's why he made that throw, and that DB just made a hell of a play, man.
So it was a good bluff of coverage.
It's all around good, like good defense. Yeah, good coverage, man.
Moving on with this game, gonna finish it up. Devontae Smith could have had an opportunity for a touchdown as well, wide open in the seam, busted the New York Giants coverage, but did not get that catch because Jalen Hurts did overthrow him during that route. Sucked to see. That was, I believe, in the start of the third quarter as well. And this is what Jalen had to say after the game. So, he comes in with the introspective quotes, and Jalen Hurts was asked on if his mentality is different after wins versus losses, and he said a wise competitor approaches them all the same. The light skin Yoda is in full effect, man. He's coming through with the quotes. Love the mindset, trying to stay sharp, but a lot of Philly fans, they are not rolling with that. So
yeah, Philly's a rough place, man. It's great when you win. It's bad when you lose. I mean, these people boo Santa Claus, man.
Let's shout out some NIL James, because Jameis looks like he's the number one teammate out there for his guys. He's always the biggest cheerleader on the sidelines. You can see him right there celebrating with his competition, with the first string QB, and he just looked like he's full of energy, man. And we got to shout out Brian Burns as well in NIL. Man, he is all over that field. 7 total tackles, 3 of them were solo, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, and 2 QB hits as well. That Giants defense is scary, and that front and linebacker core, man, I know a lot of teams are going to have nightmares about them. But shout out to Brian Burns, a.k.a. Spider-Man, for doing his thug dizzle against the reigning Super Bowl champs. And the Eagles are now, with that loss, 4-2 on the season, hoping to make a bounce back, and especially in that offensive wide receiver unit as well, because they definitely displayed some frustrations. Now, James, it's funny that you mentioned Coach Prime, because I actually got the video of Shador talking about Carucci to Coach Prime, referencing that everything is going downhill since she came aboard. So got the funny clip for you guys right here.
Yeah, me and Carucci chilling now, so we'll call you back.
Now, we gotta have a little talk with her anyway.
Who's we?
Me and Bucky, because everything he got coming around, things been started going downhill.
She ain't no slap rock. They blame that Carucci.
That is not true. That is not true.
Yeah, me and Carucci chilling now, so we'll call you back.
Man, when he said me and Carucci chilling, that let me know everything I needed to know. That's the pop code for saying, all right, man, we got grown folks business about to happen, son. Go on about your business now.
I think that was Bucky who said that.
Oh, that was who said that?
Yeah, I think it was Bucky, and then Dion was talking, responded to the phone. But also from another clip from this, Dion was telling Shador to make sure to hit your checkdowns. I thought that was pretty funny as well, because Pop's still giving advice. Pop's always going to be Pops, but just wanted to show that little lighthearted joke video, because I know Dion's going through some health complications. So,
this is why you know, when you want to know what the world really feels, you have to look at the porn data and statistics. Like you want to know, like nothing's more nobody like everybody's racist until it's time to watch porn. Like you know, the interracial sex is like the number one looked up thing, especially in the South. Yeah, it's like the craziest states that you would believe. Like that's what they're looking up. Like they, and not even necessarily just the women. Like it's they want to see they want to see large.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I don't understand that, but you know whatever. But now stepmother, is going really wild, and I don't understand that.
that one is crazy.
Yeah, but when you look at this, I mean, technically, Carucci is going to be their stepmom, and I'm just saying, you know,
The natural order of things are just.
it's just things are wild.
Yeah.
Angela, I'm full of knowledge that I don't know, nobody should know. But like it also explains things to me and makes me like understand like that people are hypocrites. Like what you say you hate, you want to bang. That makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
I guess they do say it's a thin line, but Carucci, I feel bad for. I hope Chris Brown never sees Dion. He puts her in the song.
Ugh.
In fact, he was like, "You want me to say your name? Okay, I'll say it, Carucci." He says it in the song. I'm like, damn. After they broke up, like,
Oh wow.
like all his old smoke is with dudes that are not as good as him. Like, I mean, Rihanna stay pregnant from ASAP.
Yeah. He's living life. He ain't caring about nothing.
ASAP.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, he beat a case, making terrible movies. I heard that movie him and Denzel has awful.
He has a movie with Denzel.
Yeah, where he's playing a rapper.
He's acted in that. What was it? Fresh. That wasn't too bad of a movie.
I don't know.
He didn't
man.
have a big part in it.
I don't know nothing about him.
Cool or Fresh or
I
know
the movie was called Dope.
Dope. There we go. I'm so old,
Wow,
jaded.
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that was Miles. That was some old shit, Miles, right there, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was some old ass shit that you just did.
I'm into movies. Like I'm a movie guy. Damn, that hurt.
This is the viewing guide for this week's NFL slate of games for you guys. So the Broncos are facing off against the New York Jets in London at 9:30 a.m. on the NFL Network. So for your 1 o'clock slot of games, you have Chargers at Dolphins, Browns at Steelers, Patriots at Saints, Cardinals at Colts, Cowboys at Panthers, Rams at Ravens, Seahawks in Duval. Then for your next slate of games, you got Titans at Raiders, Bengals at Packers, and the Niners at the Bucks. And then for your Sunday night football game, you got a good one, the Lions at the Chiefs. So for Monday night, we have another doubleheader. We didn't have one this week, but the week before we did. So on ABC, you got the Bears and Commanders. And then on ESPN, you have the Bills at the Falcons. So make sure to pick your poison for which game you want to watch. You have the Heisman matchup in the Bears and the Commanders. And you got Josh Allen taking on the Dirty Birds in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. So should be a good game all around on Monday. So with the viewing guide, got to put in our parlay picks. So we are starting off with these teams right here in the 9:30 and 1 o'clock slate of games.
The Jets are miserable.
Broncos are going to win that.
Yeah, for sure. It's just, do you want to take the winner or the
Chargers, Steelers, Pats. Something in me says the Cardinals are going to win this one.
Wow, that's a big.
They've been playing well. They just haven't been able, and the Colts haven't played anybody.
That's true.
Rams. The boys. I have no faith in the petite quarterback anymore. Jaguars. Remember, if you want tickets, type in Duval.
Yuck. Titans, right?
Raiders. They both suck.
Yeah.
Pack.
Yeah.
Ew. Ugh. Shit. That's not fair.
I know they're not.
Push
better.
it. Push. Let me see what happens with the bet. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Not
the Bucks for me.
Yeah, I think the Bucks, but even though the Niners playing well. Did something happen with the Lions that I need to know about?
No, it's just people are scared of. When's the last time did he lose 3 in a row? Mahomes.
He did play well. Their defense didn't play well.
I don't
And
believe they got the receiver back either. Rasheed Rice got 1 more week
for the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I mean, is Amon healthy? And Sonic and Knuckles healthy?
I didn't hear anything about them.
Yeah, give me the Lions.
Yeah,
give me the Lions.
Everyone's just scared of Mahomes.
Bills or the Bulls, as Kai calls them. Man.
James Daniels is back.
Yeah.
I haven't watched enough of the Bears to know what the hell's going on.
I don't either. I'm going Commanders. And who we got Monday night? We got 2 Monday night games, right? Oh, that was the last one? Okay. Man, that one, honestly, guys, truth could go anyway. Have no idea. Hopefully I have another bonus bet I could just burn. and then I won't feel as bad. Jaden had $100 bonus bet yesterday that I got because of the pick 6 by Devin Lloyd. They gave it to everybody who was in the stadium. And what I picked was, so one of my bonus bets is actually Devin Lloyd being the defensive player of the year. If he wins it, I get $250 with absolutely nothing at stake. I had a 15-game parlay for $10 that would have won me good money, but that lost, obviously. I had the Eagles minus 3.5. I felt strongly about that. Saquon Barkley has scored a touchdown in damn near every game. Felt strongly about that. Dallas Goddard, he scored early. I figured he'd score again. I felt strongly about that. Saquon getting over at 95. And I had Jackson Dart, 49.5. I was like, I thought he went out before he got that. But if I would have hit that, I would have got $2,500. But I didn't, so it's all good. I ain't cry. I'm not gonna cry. What other bonus bets do I have? I have parlay insurance. Well, I don't want to do that. I don't bet UFC. I have another one. Bet $10 on NFL. Oh, I got bets. Well, I can get that. And I'll get $1 bonus bet. I think I have one more $10 bonus bet though. But all right,
Now,
fuck it.
Now we are at our big games BS section 4 today. So we're going to bring the scope of the conversation outside of the typical football and sports world. We got some funny and we got a mix of emotion of topics to discuss. And we like to start off with our BS or bussin' food segment for you guys. So we're going to see if James gives this a BS or bussin' rating. Today we got some surf and turf. We know it was inspired by Cam Scatterboo because his touchdown celebration is like a backflip going into a surfer dance. So why not rank this surf and turf meal? So let us know what you think in the comments in the chat, y'all.
I found a method that makes surf and turf even better, and you don't need any fancy grills to get it done.
So freaking delicious.
We're going to take the cooking method made famous by Peter Lugers and apply it to our favorite surf and turf combo. Season up your favorite steak and seafood, and then stir off on a ripping hot skillet to get a beautiful crust. We're going to leave our steak a little undercooked, pull it off, let it rest, and slice it off the bone, then place it onto a cold skillet. Douse your steak and seafood with a bunch of butter and place it back into your oven at its highest temperature and cook for about 3 minutes till golden brown. Serve it sizzling table side. This is savory, juicy, and so freaking delicious. I found a method.
Damn. I didn't want a steak until you
I
just showed
know.
that.
Yeah. As soon as I seen it, I was like, well, there's lunch.
That's definitely good. I eat lobster. I don't like it like that. I don't mind it, but like, yeah. Like what they did was what's the place called up the street? Three Forks has this, they take the lobster and they'll fry it. Like flash fry it. Like, so it's like, and then it got like this little dipping sauce, lemon butter dipping sauce is pretty good, but I like a good steak. That looked delicious. Yeah. And
but what did he do? That was just cook steak.
That was it. They what happens is it was a brick oven cook.
Oh, like a pizza.
Yeah. So instead of having it over a flame, an open flame, or it could, like, basically what he did, you can accomplish at your house by using a cast iron pot and really getting it hot and just searing it. Like that's how you should eat your steak. The only thing I would say is I would like my crust a little bit more because I like my steaks Pittsburgh style. But to get that, you put heavy salt on around the outside. That's how you get that crispy stuff. So, but yeah, that was delicious though. That looked delicious.
We got some sad news from the basketball world, and any of my March Madness fans out there, you know who this familiar face is. And sad to say that Sister Jean Dolores Schmidt has passed away at 106 years old. She's been through Great Depression, World War II, everything in between. And so Sister Jean Dolores Schmidt of Loyola University, Chicago, has died at 106 years old. She was a Catholic nun, campus minister, and official chaplain of the Ramblers men's basketball team. She had a lot of cameos in March Madness when Loyola, University of Chicago would be in the games, would be upsetting those teams, always pan the camera to Sister Jean. So sucks to see a powerful figure in her university and also in the sports landscape to be gone. But 106 years old, that's a long, long time. So condolences to the Schmidt family. And thank you for all the countless memories in March Madness and in your community you made.
Yeah, it's tough, man. There's people dying that's never died before. Did they find out, what's my guy from the Lakers? Somebody posted something that one of the Laker guys, former guard died. And I just didn't see it on ESPN, so I just didn't want to believe it. But yeah.
So from one sports fan to the next, we are sending some condolences to the city of Philly, because cities in history to have their NHL team lose, NFL team lose, and MLB team lose in the playoffs and be eliminated all on the same day. Philadelphia yesterday, in Philadelphia in 1983 on October 16th. So this occurred yesterday.
Gilly's got to be in hell, man. Eddie Jones. It was Eddie Jones. Thank you, Dad Bob. Couldn't happen to a better person. Even though I love the Eagles because of my grandmother.
The way the Phillies lost last night was so terrible. Pitcher overthrew the pitch and allowed the Yankees to score in overtime. You see, it was 11. Oh, excuse me, not the Yankees. I'm sorry. The Dodgers to score. Sorry about that confusion. In overtime, you see, it was the 11th inning. And man, I saw the clip and sucks to be a Phillies fan right now. And even though the NHL season just started, they did take a L to Florida. So shout out to the Panthers as well. But just wanted to share this with you because this is an interesting sports fact for the city of Philly. And they are down bad right now. And speaking of down bad, James, it's finally over. It is finally over. Sound the alarm. Everybody is locked up because the escaped New Orleans inmate Derek Groves gets new mugshot after he was arrested in Atlanta earlier on October 8th. He was on the run for nearly 5 months. If you guys are not familiar with Derek Groves, he was one of the inmates that famously escaped that New Orleans jail. It was on the run, like this account said, for 5 months before finally getting caught.
People are saying stuff like, "You left. You're not supposed to be in Atlanta." Where would he go? Just like the man was in jail. Allegedly, his old lady snitched on him for the money, which I hope that's not true. I don't believe it's true because that's called. Well, I believe his old lady snitched on him, or the argument with her. It's she would be hit with aiding and abetting, but I don't know, man. It's tough, man, but it's a great song that comes to mind. A classic. You gotta trust. You got Easy E taught us it a long time ago was it Penthouse Players? Trust no bitch. I mean, you know, she just wanted to get back to she was tired of him. She wanted to get back to the dick that she was getting when he was locked up, and now should be good. Man, I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him, man. But probably couldn't have gone to Canada. Mexico treats pretty good. Should have went down that way. Hell, if you was gonna do that, bro, you might as well have stayed in the backwoods of Louisiana. But I don't know, man. I feel bad for him. Like now you got to go back. It's kind of tough when you've been getting some active, even if it wasn't consistent. Let's say he was only getting some at once a week. That was more than he was getting it. Well, I hope that's more than he was getting in prison. Food's a little bit better. Sleeping on a better bed. But now all you're gonna do is get locked back up. They're gonna put you in solitary because they don't want you to break out. Yeah, well, too bad.
The search is now over for the New Orleans inmates. So, James, we got some names on this ticket list. We're going to spin the wheel for those tickets. We have the FSU ones and we have the Jags tickets as well. So, if you want to make an announcement for whoever or you just want me to spin it now, it's up to you.
You can go ahead and spin it. Oh, Luke said, what list you want to be on, Luke? You got to type in you got to do the words. Which one? You want the FSU tickets or you want the Jags tickets or you want both? You got MFTK, type in MFTK or Duval or Duval. So do we have Dad Bob Mac in there? Oh, while we're doing that, Miles, I'm gonna send you this. I'm gonna review this clip from my guy. Ken sent it, so we will review it. I'm gonna email it to you. That'll give people a chance to do whatever they need to do. You got all those. Did you already have those people? Jaden,
Yeah.
Londa.
Yeah.
All right. While Miles is loading up the other one, we can go ahead and do the FSU one. Damn, Dad Bob Mac won tickets last time. Well, two games ago. So just resend me your stuff, Dad Bob. We'll make sure you I'll make sure you get your we got 2 pairs of tickets we can give away. So take Dad Bob Mac off. So Dad Bob Mac, make sure you reach out to me for those tickets, and I'll make sure you get those. All right, let's run that again for FSU tickets.
For FSU, for the Jags.
I have 2 pairs of tickets I can get for FSU.
Okay, got you. All right, let me go do this.
Is Adrian on there?
Yeah, I'm about to add her. All right, so take off Dad Bob Mac.
All right, Avon lady gets a pair of tickets right there. Make sure you reach out, hit me up. We'll get you those tickets. Miles, you got the thing up. While we're so the FSU tickets are got Dad Bob Matt. Congratulations to Avon lady. If you want to type in for the Jags game, type in Duval. We're gonna watch this film. My guy's Ken's son is an edge rusher. I believe that's him at the top of the screen. So let's see what we got here with this. Don't know who they're playing. Oh, maybe he's the guy hitting the kid. Those that's a good play right there. Just gotta get more upfield a little bit more when he's coming off of his pass rush. A lot of people don't realize you can get upfield and then level out.
He's the one with the longer hair.
Yeah. Now that was good chasing it down from the backside. He did a really good job on that one. Did a good job that time. Yeah, right there. You see, like if he does that every time, and as he grows into his body, starts getting his man muscles, he's gonna be fine. I believe if I remember correctly, Ken, he's a freshman, if I remember correctly. But all right, taking the double team. All right, so with the double team like that, right? If you got to keep outside contain, you got to attack one person. Don't try to be a hero, okay? Like when you're trying to, unless your job is to maintain that gap, but it's not outside contain, then you can maybe try to split. But if I'm I'm attacking the outside guy and I'm pushing them in, as opposed to allowing 2 guys to block you. Unless you just are that much naturally stronger than everybody and more explosive, there's absolutely no reason to try to be a hero. When people try to teach kids to do that, you're putting them they're putting your kid in a bad position to look foolish on film. But what he does do a good job of is he gets that burst up the field, and then he levels out like right here, which he does a good job of that, and then accelerates off of that, which helps. So again, I wish he was like right there. That was good. As he gets a little bit stronger, gets more burst, like those, then you're gonna start having those the hits. You don't need it's as I say, he's a puppy right now. You don't need the puppy to bite hard necessarily. You just need to know that your puppy bites. All right. All right. So we got that going. So we got congratulations to Dad Bod. Congratulations to Avon lady. Now let's see who gets our pair of tickets to the Jacksonville Jaguars game. All right. Kevin Carter, not a name I'm overly familiar with, but if you are here, you get an opportunity to respond. If not, we're going to move on. You have 45 seconds to respond to winning the tickets. So, Kevin Carter's right here. All right. Ugh. The colors. It's all good, Kevin. Hit us up on the social medias so we know how to be able to get those tickets to you, sir. I cannot promise you that they're going to be the greatest Jaguar tickets, but you'll be in the building. I can promise you that. As we get forward, my goal is to do Jaguar and FSU tickets. So I got a good little plug that's helping us out with it. I'll be doing more Jaguars coverage. I'll be on some more Jaguars games and whatnot. So make sure you guys stay in tune for the for the MFTK Foundation, MFTK Spartans Win Your Rep Showcase, November 9th. If you have a business or you would like to be able to donate, it is $25 for those kids to participate in it. If you want to donate to some kids to make sure that they participate, or you want to advertise, let us know. The kids are going to get battle shirts, all these types of different things. For each kid to make the team, this is what the breakdown comes with. And we will have as many teams as necessary to make sure that these young men are taken care of and mentored properly. We do have to have coaches. There are some things I want to be able to do with the coaches. So if we have a surplus of funds, we will pay coaches stipends. Our coaches don't have to pay a dime to coach for us, which makes our organization different than anybody else's. We cover their hotel, we cover their fees. The least we could do is make sure we feed men giving their time. You'd be surprised at how many of these coaches actually pay and donate their time for the kids. I don't think that that's right. But the kids, it's $25 for the registration for the showcase. They leave with a really, really nice shirt. I know that doesn't seem like a lot to you guys, but some of these kids actually wear these day-to-day to school. Or workouts, and they get their money's worth from it. It is $250 per kid to play for our organization. On those younger teams, it's about 50. It's no more than 20 kids on the team. We'll probably have 15 on our team so we can make sure guys are getting hella reps. Now, with that, they get a backpack, a battle backpack. They get a battle warm-up. They get 3 sets of uniforms. They get a pair of battle gloves, and they get a pair of battle cleats. So they're getting more than their $250 worth in that. So I'm saying all this to say is that we do have some kids that can't afford to pay the $250. So all of the funds that we raise go toward making sure. Oh, that also covers their registration fees. Each tournament is about $1,000 a tournament. And it covers their hotel. So like the kids don't have to pay anything once that $250 is paid. The only thing that has to get paid for is like if their parents want to come down, I can't pay for the parents to come down. But we will transport kids to every tournament if need be, all of those different things. So for the youth is only skill players. For high school, when we get to the high school, it is we will have a 5-on-5 big man group. So 5-on-5, that's your O lineman and your D lineman. So we will carry, but we will only carry one team, all grades of that. So in the long run, we may end up doing more, but the goal is to go have the high school ranks, a little bit more badassery involved, a little bit less about development, more about mentoring, teaching them how to be a pro, and really getting out there and getting after some asses. Pause. But that's what that is. Outside of that, man, appreciate everybody for tuning in this week. Weather permitted, we should be streaming the Fletcher versus Mandarin high school game homecoming here on Den Media Group. Make sure you check that out, 6:30 p.m. I don't think we'll have color commentary this go round, but we will have color commentary by the time we play Oakleaf. But the game will be there. You can watch it, entertain yourselves, give your own color. Actually, you know what I might do? I'm going to ask my guy to color comment. If nothing else, color commentate through his words on the YouTube. That might be kind of cool. Like typing it in the chat, like what's going on. So, Connor McNally is also part of the reason why I'm trying to pack the bank, because of what he and his podcast have done. They showed a way to do it, to make it where it's where it's relative. If you want to buy tickets, there is a link that we will put in the description and how to be able to go get tickets. And it's not just for this game, it's for all Jags home games. So outside of that, I appreciate you guys for chopping it up with me. We will see you guys this weekend.